You know, every single day, millions of us hop on a train, trusting it to get us where we need to go. But have you ever thought about what's happening right underneath your feet? It's this incredibly complex world of machinery where just one single loose bolt could, well, lead to disaster. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain on a really hidden danger on our railways and look at the amazing AI that's now being used to find it and fix it before it's too late.
Now, that line right there, that's not from some Hollywood blockbuster. Nope, that is a direct quote from a real national incident report. It describes a pretty terrifying discovery from early 2025, one that could have ended in a major catastrophe. So, what actually happened? Well, get this. During just a routine check on a Class 222 train, the maintenance crew found a critical failure. The bolts, the things literally holding the brake calipers on, were failing. And the worst part? It wasn't just one train. No, this was a fleet-wide problem, and they traced it all back to a new supplier. The response had to be immediate and, frankly, pretty drastic. We're talking daily visual inspections across the entire fleet, plus urgent checks on thousands and thousands of bolts. Okay, so finding a problem like this is one thing, right? But the real challenge, the billion-dollar question is, just how serious is it? I mean, how do you actually put a number on that kind of danger? How do you go from that gut feeling of, uh-oh, this is bad, to a real data-driven number that tells you exactly what to do next? Well, to answer that, engineers turn to an AI-assisted system. So instead of just relying on guesswork or experience alone, this AI digs right into the raw data from the incident. It logs the fault. It thinks about the absolute worst-case scenario, like a brake caliper literally falling off a train while it's moving, and then it assigns these initial scores for both the potential impact and how often it thinks this might happen. And all of that analysis, it boils down to one single pretty stark number, 24. Now, in the world of railway safety, a score like that isn't just a warning. It is a giant flashing red light. It's the system basically screaming that this is not some minor issue. This is a high-risk situation that needs immediate, serious attention, right now. So you're probably wondering, how on earth does the AI come up with a number like 24? It's not just pulling it out of thin air. It's a super systematic analysis, and it's been trained on thousands of past incidents. The system essentially asks 5 critical questions. First, novelty. Is this a brand new problem, or have we seen something like it before? Complexity. How many different parts of the train are involved? Monitorability. How easy is it for us to even spot this problem? Reversibility. How hard is it going to be to fix? And finally, additionality. Is this failure connected to any other known issues? By looking at these 5 things every single time, it takes all the human guesswork and subjectivity out of the equation and just gives you one solid, reliable score. Okay, so once you have that number, once you've actually measured the danger, then you can start to deal with it. And this is where the AI really shines, because it stops being just a diagnostic tool and becomes more of a strategic partner, helping to lay out the entire roadmap to safety. So what does that roadmap look like? The system helps the engineers put together this really comprehensive 4-step plan. Step 1, immediate containment. That means daily inspections. Step 2, launch a massive fleet-wide campaign to check the torque on every bolt. At the same time, for Step 3, you have to dig deeper. You do metallurgical testing to figure out why the bolts were failing in the first place. And Step 4, you review the supplier's quality control. See? It's a plan that tackles the problem from every single angle. It's not just a Band-Aid. It gets to the root cause. Of course, any plan is just a piece of paper without a budget, right? And the system helps with that too. It actually forecasts the cost, breaking down the total of £300,000. So you've got 50 grand for the initial deep dive investigation. Then the big chunk, 200 grand, for the implementation. We're talking third-party audits, new hardware, the works. And then another 50 grand for ongoing annual maintenance, just to make absolutely sure this problem never, ever comes back. So, after all that work, all that investment, what's the result? Well, that initial risk score of 24, it gets cut in half, down to 12. And that's huge. It moves the problem completely out of the danger zone and into what they call a managed state. It is a real, tangible, measurable improvement in safety, all backed up by the data. Now, this whole story is fascinating, for sure, but it's really just a window into something much, much bigger. The tech that guided this whole solution, it isn't just for one-off fixes. It's a whole platform called SmartFleet, and it represents a massive, fundamental shift in how the entire rail industry can think about safety. And when I say a shift, I mean it's a dramatic one. Just think about it. The old way, it was all paper-based, slow, and honestly, pretty subjective. The new way, it's digital,
It's proactive, and it's completely driven by data. It creates this consistent standard for safety that isn't just set in stone, it's always learning, always getting better.
And get this, it's not just about being safer. It's also way more efficient. By making all these complex processes digital, the SmartFleet platform can slash the admin time that goes with them by up to 45%. Just think about what that means. It frees up these brilliant, highly skilled engineers from drowning in paperwork so they can spend their time doing what they do best, solving real engineering problems.
So what's the secret sauce here? What's the engine driving all this? Well, it's this really elegant 5-step loop that just keeps running. Step 1. It just gobbles up all the data. We're talking maintenance records, incident reports, the whole shebang. Step 2. The AI algorithms go on the hunt for hidden patterns, things a human might completely miss. Step 3. It visualizes all those risks in these super intuitive dashboards. Step 4. It helps plan and budget the solutions. And Step 5, and this is the absolute key, it learns. Every new report, every new data point makes the whole model smarter. It's this incredible, virtuous cycle of safety.
So the bottom line here, the business impact is just huge. Yeah, you get way better safety, obviously, but you also get lower maintenance costs because you're not just guessing. You're focusing resources exactly where they need to go. You get this perfect audit trail that makes dealing with regulators so much simpler. And most importantly, it shifts the entire company's mindset from being reactive, waiting for things to break, to being proactive and preventing problems before they even start. And you know what? The wider industry is definitely sitting up and taking notice. The company behind all this, ExcelWraps, actually picked up a European Railway Innovation Award for it in 2025. And Kat Appleby from the Rail Forum put it perfectly. She said their platform is a prime example of how digital transformation can give you tangible, real-world benefits while still maintaining the absolute highest safety standards. It's the best of both worlds.
And that really brings us to the big final thought for today. We've just walked through how this AI can take a single, frankly terrifying report about failing bolts and turn it into a managed, fleet-wide solution. It's a completely new way of thinking about safety. So the question I want to leave you with is this. If AI can predict and prevent failures on our railways, what's next? What other critical systems that we rely on every day should it be protecting?